Here we are, another day. Today's Friday, aka Funkadelic Friday, and I'm doing Instacart because I'm in the middle of jobs right now because yeah, hold on. I'm going to school right now and I just want to finish my school, so when I'm done with my school, I'm gonna go ahead and look for a new job. But until then, I'm just doing this Instacart thing, and it really sucks. It doesn't pay well, but some money is better than no money. So I'm sitting here waiting, and what's crazy is I've been doing this Instacart thing for a couple of months now, and I've never had to wait this long, never. But I'm also getting more picky about the orders that I take, so that probably has something to do with it. But the stuff that they're offering me lately is just crazy stuff. Like, they're trying to send me to Aldi and shop for 93 items for less than $17 pay. No, thank you. First of all, the lines at Aldi are very long. You stand there and wait, probably in line for at least 30 minutes, maybe longer. And you gotta shop all those items. You gotta deliver 3 orders, because this is 3 shop and deliver. All the customers are gonna end up being upset because they're waiting so long and they're not gonna give you a tip. It's crazy. And another place they like to try to send me to is Sprouts Farmers Market. And I've already had 2 orders where they made me drive an hour to the person's house. No, thank you. So anyway, continued from last video, that's why I don't shop at Sprouts Farmers Market anymore. And that's why I'm becoming a little more picky with the orders that I take, because I'm starting to learn that not all the orders they send over, not all are good, you know, not all are good offers, good batches, whatever you want to call them. It's getting on my last final nerve, because normally I pull up into this parking lot and I only wait like 10 minutes and then boom, I get something. But for some reason, these last 2 days, yesterday and today, have been awful. Yesterday I sat here for almost a whole entire hour and they just kept offering me stupid stuff. Like the orders I just told you about. They just kept offering me unrealistic orders. Like tons of items for a small amount of change. It's like, no, thank you. Why would I waste my time? Why would I waste my gas? You know, it doesn't make sense. So anyway, I know there's DoorDash, I know there's Uber Eats, but I haven't had good experiences with those either. I'd rather do Instacart, because whenever I get Uber Eats or DoorDash, they normally give me an offer that's $4 or $5. And one day I did nothing but Uber Eats and DoorDash, and the offers, some of them got a little bit better, but not much. The best offer I got was, I think, $10 just to deliver a Chick-fil-A meal to someone. And that was easy. I feel like they should all be that way. I mean, at least easier. I just think it's really stupid when they start giving you offers that are so far away. Yeah, I'm not driving far away. I'm staying right here. Something will come up eventually. Work smarter, not harder, right? And another thing I like to look out for is sometimes they send you offers that say, you know, 1 shop and deliver, 2 shop and deliver, 3 shop and deliver. So I normally just go for the 1s and the 2s. If it's 3 or above, which I've never seen more than 3, but the tips really go down because, for example, they sent me to Giant Foods to go shopping for 3 people. One of the orders was like 5 items, and the other 2 orders were like 25 items each or something. So, and they were hard items to find, not just quick, easy things to find. So I'm doing all this shopping, and it's taking forever. And then I get a message from the person that had 5 items, and they go, "Are you shopping for my order or what?" Like, they said it almost like, "Are you actually shopping or what are you doing?" I said, "I'm sorry, I have 2 other orders." And I thought the app notified people if we were doing something for someone else. I mean, as far as when I ordered from Instacart back in the day, it usually tells me, "Oh, this person has another order. They're on their way to you, but it's delayed for a little bit," or something like that. Something like that. I mean, I don't remember exactly what it said, but it was something to that nature. So, but yeah, I'm only taking orders that are 1 or 2 shop and deliver, not 3, because I always get a complaint and then I get a small tip or no tip. And I've actually gotten so many where they give me $1 tip, $1 tip, $1 tip. I'm like, who does that? I would have felt awful giving somebody a $1 tip. Awful. I mean, there is scum out there. We really live with some scum on this earth. And the batch pay obviously is not enough, so you need tips when you're doing these apps. But anyway, the funny part is, I thought that karma comes back to you in the way you put it out to the world. I mean, I thought that's how it worked. Isn't that how it's supposed to work? Well, when I had a decent, work from home job, I would order Instacart and I would tip people 15-20%. And when I went grocery shopping, I would get all my stuff at once. So I would normally get at least 25 items or more. So that was a decent tip for them. You think, you know what I'm saying? So why am I getting $1 tip, $5 tip, or no tip? That's all I've been getting. And I'm doing a good job. I'm finding all their items. I'm doing it quickly, efficiently. I even had the notification saying you're a shelf sleuth, meaning you know your stuff. I have nothing but good ratings. So why am I getting $1, $5, or $0 tips? I don't know. Make it make sense. But anyway, I was just telling everyone what I've been going through. That way, if you do the same thing, you know what to look out for. But I'm not going to let any of it discourage me, because I'm just going to keep going. What can you do when you need money, You just keep going. But I've already been sitting here. I don't even want to tell you how long. Almost 30 minutes. And all they've been offering me is stupid stuff. And what's even more funny, an Aldi order pops up, of course. 3 shop and deliver. 93 units. No, thank you. So it looked like somebody took the batch and then they spit it back out because it was gone and then it reappeared. And what's funny is normally they start upping the dollar amount. So if it sits there for a long time, it'll change from like $16.50 to $17. And if it sits there, then it'll be $17.50, then it'll be $18. But yeah, they don't pay enough, especially Aldi. No, that store is garbage. I mean, I've heard people getting into fights in that store, and I was too scared to look. I just kept doing my shopping and mind my own business. I just don't make eye contact with anyone. But for one, that store has some really crazy people in it. 2, you stand in line and wait for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, or longer, and you just stand there and wait. That's a long wait. And then they don't really have much help on the floor, so if you can't find an item, who are you going to ask for help? You either have to say, "Excuse me," and look like a fool, trying to get the cashier's attention, or replace the item, or refund the item if you really can't find it. I'll go around the store at least 3 times if I can't find help to try to find the item. And if I still can't find the item, sorry, I'm not going to make a fool out of myself and try to get the cashier's attention when they've got a long line of customers that they're waiting on. If I can find someone in the back, cool, I'll ask them for help. But most of the time, there's no help in that store. And then, so after you get done waiting in line, you have to bag your own groceries. Well, they're not even yours. You got to bag these people's groceries, which can take a very long time. Their bags aren't even very sturdy. I mean, I've had one tear on me, so I'm so glad that I have these, you know, my hot bags, so I can put things in them, especially if a bag breaks, then you're SOL. But anyway, yep, that's why I'm never shopping at Aldi again. And also, if you don't bring your own box, which most of the time you can't because there's too many items in the order, you gotta pay 25 cents for a cart. And you want to hear something really funny? People are hustling those carts. They're trying to get all the carts they can. You want to give a donation? Here, let me have your cart. You know, that kind of thing. It just cracks me up. And that's why the last experience I had at Aldi, I said, okay, this is it. And even then, I was about to not take the order because I was thinking of all this stuff, and I was just getting desperate because I was sitting there waiting and no orders were popping up. But I said, this is my last final time here. I swear, I don't care how desperate I am, I'm never shopping here again. Because that was the worst experience at a grocery store I've ever had in my entire life. Before I go, one more subject I really want to touch on that's very important is customers ordering from stores that are too far away from their house. I guess they put in the location wrong or something, because I've gotten many orders where I'm driving so far to their house. And the crazy part is, you know, of course, Instacart does not show where the customer lives until the very end when you're ready to deliver, which is stupid, very stupid. Nobody wants that. Why don't you change that, Instacart? Because that's not smart. That's terrible. You're making these people drive out of their way. You're making these people drive to areas they don't feel comfortable in. I get anxiety in urban areas like Washington, D.C., you know, downtown Silver Spring. I get anxiety so bad. I don't want to do that anymore. So you should really offer, well, I'm talking Instacart, you should really offer to show where these customers live before we, you know, start shopping. It just doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, because there was some Sprouts Farmers Market, like I said, that sent me an hour out of my way, an hour to the customer's house. I felt like dropping the order on the side of the street and driving away. That's what I felt like doing. But guess what? That's another reason I only drive in daylight hours, because nighttime is so much harder on the road. One, I'm half blind in my right eye. Two, it's nighttime. Crazy people start coming out, you know? And three, the traffic gets a lot heavier. So since it was daylight, I said, you're gonna be okay, just breathe, just do it. I got myself through it, but it was very, very hard because I have extreme anxiety. That's why I stay away. I stay away from Sprouts Farmers Markets altogether now. I stay away from it completely. Because I'm like, they're gonna send me an hour out of the way. I've had 2 orders like that. Because apparently there's no Sprouts closer to DC. So they order from the one in Beltsville. Or Burtonsville, sorry, Burtonsville, Maryland. But it's crazy to me. So, yeah. So I normally just shop at the stores like Safeway, Giant, you know, things like that, because I'm thinking, oh, there goes that Aldi order again. I don't want Aldi. Because I'm thinking, You know, these people are probably going to live close by. But one time, I went to a Safeway, not the one I normally shop at, but a different Safeway. And it sent me pretty far out of my way. I think it was like almost an hour. And I'm like, why are these people ordering an hour away from a normal grocery store? Don't they have one closer to them? I'm sure they do. So whenever they're making the order, when they're placing the order, there's a drop down list of locations. They're choosing the wrong location. That's another frustrating thing. These apps like Instacart, DoorDash, I've even had DoorDash, either DoorDash or Uber Eats, where somebody ordered from a Chick-fil-A 30 minutes from their house. We have Chick-fil-A's every 15 minutes around here or something. There's no way you don't have a Chick-fil-A closer to you when you're in this area. You know, it's urban, suburban, but it's definitely not rural. None of this out here is rural. So I wish the customers would double check their location before ordering. Maybe these apps need to put like a red exclamation mark. There's a location closer to you. Are you sure you didn't mean this one instead? You know, anyway. So I'm done my rants and raves for the day. They keep popping up with this stupid Aldi order. I definitely don't want this Aldi order, so let's just go. I'm going to upload this video later and we'll see if they offer me anything else. Okay, bye for now. Okay, I'm back, guys, and I just wanted to tell you an update. So today and yesterday, like I told you, I've been sitting here for a very, very long time and not getting any orders. Hold on, I got something. Let me look at it. Okay, so that offer is too far away. I don't feel like taking it. So, like I said, I've been sitting here. Nothing's been coming up. And I thought, man, this is strange. It's Friday. Usually I get tons of orders at Safeway. And what happened was an order come up really fast and I went to check the address because sometimes the Safeway's at a different location, and I was way too slow because boom, somebody took it right from out from under me. And I was like, oh no, that was a good paying one. It was like a $20 order and someone just snatched it right up in front of me. So after that, I got a little disappointed, but I was like, nope, just gonna sit here and wait anyway. So I waited and waited and waited, nothing. And all of a sudden, a Safeway order comes up where I'm sitting here, and I took it, and the only item they had was Tide Pods, and I was thinking, that's strange. Who orders only Tide Pods and that's it? I thought, oh, I hope it's not some kids trying like drugs or something. I don't know, I thought it was weird. And even when I went to look for the item at Safeway, it said, you must go to the customer service desk to get this item. So I was like, okay. So I had to go to the customer service desk, got the item, and then it turns out my delivery was right down the street. It was right down the street. All I had to do was drive like 1 minute, do a U-turn, and boom, they live right next to the grocery store. And to make it even more weird, it was a psychic reading lady. I'm like, huh? When does that happen? How does that happen? It was just so strange. So I took a picture of her sign thinking, maybe one day I might need a psychic reading from her. Who knows? But I just thought it was really weird because all the orders I could have got, and it was for Tide Pods, and there was a psychic lady. She was so sweet too. She was like, God bless. So, but I just had to share that story with you. Okay, well, I'm gonna go back to looking for orders. Everyone, hope you're having a good day. Talk to you later. One more thing I meant to say earlier and I forgot. So I was gonna make a joke about the psychic lady. I was gonna say, maybe she knows I've been sitting here all day and not getting any orders, so she decided to say, hey, I'll order something for you. Yeah, right. If she really thought that way, she would have gave me a bigger tip than just $2. Just saying. Okay, so that was my joke of the day. So yeah, anyway, Everyone have a great weekend. I'm gonna end this video now. Happy Funkadelic Friday. Okay guys, so I said the video was over, but I just had to say one more thing because guess what? Something crazy happened to me, not once, but 2 times today. So I sit in the parking lot, I wait. A long time goes by, and the very second that I pull out of the parking lot, guess what? I get an offer. That happened to me twice today. So now I have to do a U-turn and turn around and go back for the second time today. Isn't that so convenient? I'm just saying, why does it always happen that way? I sit and wait in the parking lot forever. And then the second I pull out of the parking lot, I start driving down the road, and then boom, there is an order at the place that I've been sitting forever. And then it finally, then I gotta turn around and go back. I know I just said that, but I'm just so taken aback by this that I had to repeat myself. This is crazy. I've been having one of those days. So far, I've been out here since 9 a.m. It's almost 1 p.m. and I've only made $10. And that's because I've been rejecting crappy offers. But really, I'm not wasting my gas anymore. I'd rather just wait for something good to come up. But it never takes this long for good things to come up. I don't know. I'm done complaining for the day. I'm just gonna go. I got 2 shop and delivers to do. So I'm so glad that something finally came through. Something finally came through. I'm so happy. Okay, so anyway, peace out. For real, I'm leaving this time. Have a great weekend. I'll talk to you later.